Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for checking out our episode 2 for our Ethereum Towers real life real estate investing video. And unfortunately, we had a little bit of a user error mishap yesterday on my conversation with Pili, and we did not get to do a recording for our live stream that we hosted through the Lounge channel in our Ethereum Towers Discord server. I am an Amenity leader. My name is Dane Peterson, and I am one of the Amenity leaders for the IRL real estate channel in the server for Ethereum Towers. And what that channel is, it's strictly a channel for people to come in and chat about real estate investing, all things real estate, all things crypto related, blockchain related, and tying it together with real estate. Again, this is our second time that we put on a video. We had one earlier in March, and we wanted to get another one going. And what we plan to do is get these going about twice a month. So every 2 weeks, expect to see a new video as we continue to bring you information on real estate and the blockchain. But unfortunately, we did not get to capture yesterday's, so I wanted to give a quick recap on what was covered. I will throw some infographics up here on the screen to help make this a little bit more simpler. But one of the suggestions that I came up with on our last discussion was that being in real estate, having my real estate license, I thought it would be neat to bring some data, some analytics to these videos so that you guys can see what's actually happening in terms of sales with the Ethereum towers, whether that's Tower 1 or Tower 2 or whatever we have in the future. I thought it would be neat where we could take all this data and put it together. So before we hop into the analytics, I thought it would be neat to do a little recap on what happened with Ethereum towers over the past month, and some big news happened. We had phase 1 of Tower 2 launch on March 6th. And what was so exciting is we had floors 1 through 19 go up for sale. You minted at 0.8 Ethereum, and you had no idea which apartment you got until right then when you minted it and you revealed it. And we had 41 winners, I believe it was, where you were able to get something of massive value by doing your 0.8 Ethereum mint. And some of those prizes were, you had the opportunity to mint a luxury apartment with 2 on each floor. So we had floors 1 through 19 that went up for sale, and that equated to 400 total apartment sales. We had 20 luxury apartments that people were able to successfully mint. Whoever had minted floor for apartment 20 got a $20,000 prize given to them in Ethereum. At least I believe that was Ethereum. I could be wrong on that. But they did get a $20,000 prize, and I know that that person that got that immediately reinvested that into another apartment. And then there was 20 people that actually got the mint price of 0.8 Ethereum given right back to them. So that was some exciting news, and everything minted and sold out rather quickly at 0.8 Ethereum. So that was exciting. So now on to phase 2, which we have some exciting news about that. It's actually very soon. It is April 11th that we have phase 2 minting, which will be 420 apartments. And I believe that's gonna be from floor 20 to 39. The pricing of those is gonna be a little bit lower because the multiplier that you get for the higher level floors is a little bit less. So there is this tiered multiplier scale. You can find that on the white paper. The mint price is gonna be 0.6 Ethereum. And one other reason that this price is a little bit lower is because the price of Ethereum has also gone up quite a bit since March 6th as well. And a lot of these pre-sale spots will be going to people that are current residents, and then there will also be a public mint towards the end as well. All right, so let's hop into the exciting sales data. So I just wanted to highlight a few of the sales and the data from March 2022, which is all viewable on the blockchain, of course. So if you want to go check any of this, look for yourself, you could do that. You could go to OpenSea, click on activity of the project, and look at the bar graph that they have there. But what we have is just under 32 Ethereum in total volume for the entire month. That consisted of 222 sales throughout the entire month, which averages out to about 7 sales a day. March 26th actually ended up being the highest number of sales, where we had a total of 15 sales on March 26th. And then in terms of pricing, the best deal that somebody got, well, I can't say best deal, but the lowest price somebody was able to pick up an apartment for was 0.5 Ethereum. And then we had the high sale of 3.2 Ethereum, and that was for a luxury apartment. And if you look across the board for March, you can see that luxury apartments were trending around that 3 Ethereum price point, while standard apartments came to average out around 0.7, 0.8. And then the last thing I thought I would mention is out of those 222 sales for the month of March, where we know Tower 2 Phase 1 sales started on March 6th, so about 3/4 of the month had the opportunity for Tower 2 apartments, which there was 400 available at this moment to go on secondary. About 20% of the total sales for March were from Tower 2. So that's exciting to see that there is money, royalties, or proceeds that's getting back into the hands of Ethereum Tower so they can continue to execute on their white paper, the project, and their future plans, which every day we're getting more and more awesome news about new investors and just the milestones that Ethereum Towers is hitting. So the next thing we did cover in this discussion, I gave a quick shout out to a couple people that had been participating or first joining into the In Real Life Real Estate Amenity channel. And a couple of those people, we had Holly Jama. She is very active in the Ethereum Towers Discord, so I did want to make sure I gave a shout out to her. She was also on our very first live stream that she attended. So I wanted to give a shout out to Holly. Also, we had an international person enter our room, someone from Europe, Senju, who mentioned some experience in the rental market and offering their expertise and help should anyone have any questions. So I love to see that. I love meeting people from other areas. I am here in Florida, in the United States. So really the real estate market that I know is what's in the US and what's in my local market, as that's what most people do know. It's their local area. That's where they can become the experts. So to get people in here from other parts of the United States, from other parts of the world and the country is exactly what we're looking to do, where we can have a nice collaboration area and talk ideas, trends, and hear what's working in other areas and what's not. And then the last person I thought I would mention is Tracy D, and I hope some of you happen to be watching this video and hear these shout outs. But Tracy D came in mentioning that she had actually put in a short-term rental offer in Florida, and she also became a small investor in a big 129 unit apartment syndication. So congratulations, Tracy, on that, and I hope you were able to get your offer accepted on your short-term rental. All right, so moving on from some Ethereum Towers talk, what we did was we hopped into talking about some blockchain resources that tie into real estate. And what I did was I took some time, I went through some websites, and I did a little bit of research of some companies or websites that are out there that are already involved in this space. And I came up with a couple, and I will end up putting those in the description. I'll also throw them right up here on the screen so you can see some of the pointers and the actual website links as I'm talking about them. But the first one we talked about was milocredit.com. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with this website or not, but I heard about Milo Credit from somebody a couple months back, a fellow investor here in town who went over to one of the Bitcoin conferences over in, I think it was Miami, and Milo Credit was there talking. And it was interesting because they offer crypto mortgages, and we're talking 30-year mortgages with the one catch that they are 1-to-1 ratio backed, meaning if I'm seeking a $200,000 loan, I need to be bringing $200,000 in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or a stable coin to the table as leverage that will be held in a custodial account either with Gemini or Coinbase. So that is the one caveat. So they're offering you an interest 30-year fixed loan with rates between 3.99 and 5.99% with no down payment, just being able to meet that qualifier of that 1-to-1 ratio. And a few of the pointers I wanted to mention about Milo Credit was that there's no social security number required, there's no credit score required, and they can do 2 to 3 week closings because there's less underwriting because the financials are already going to be verifiable on the blockchain and through your wallet. But again, you know, two of the things that aren't things that I'm crazy about when I'm looking at a product like this, but everyone's going to be different with what works for them and what doesn't. Some people have tax incentives for one reason they need to do something. Some people can't get loans through other people, or they might not have the right contacts. But I'm not crazy about the 1-to-1 ratio. And something that I read or heard, and maybe this is not true, but I heard if, let's say you had a $100,000 loan, you have 100,000 in Bitcoin secured through Coinbase as your custodian that's holding these funds. Let's say the price of Bitcoin dropped 10%, and all of a sudden we're going to use one Bitcoin is worth $50,000. So let's say you've got 2 Bitcoins being held with Coinbase for your 100,000. Well, all of a sudden the price of Bitcoin drops 10%. So now all of a sudden you're needing to bring another 0.2 Bitcoin to the table to fund your custodial wallet to make sure you're still at that 1-to-1. That's more the fine print you got to get into, and I'm not sure if that's still the same. They could have changed that from when I last heard that. And then the other thing is just the rate. The 3.99 to 5.99 to me is a little bit of a high rate when you're matching it 100% of what they're looking for. I think that rate could be a little more competitive, but it's something Pili and I discussed when we were talking about this Milo or Milo credit, however you pronounce it, is that you always have some people out there that are gonna see what this company is doing and come to the table with other products. So there's gonna be more companies offering loan products tied to cryptocurrencies, so there will become more options. And it's just good to have people out there leading or paving the way. And I can't say they're the only ones doing it, but they are the first company I stumbled upon through hearing it through another person and using Google search results to stumble upon this Milo credit. So the next company is Atlant.io. I do not have a lot to talk about with them because a lot of their homepage shows demo in the corner of a lot of the screenshots and products. So what demo means is that they're not fully operating and they're not yet using this platform that they're mentioning, which is having an equity purchase option via platform where you can buy equity shares or fractionalized pieces of real estate or other assets. This is not new to the space. I do know recently that they did mention there might be a little bit more of a crackdown happening on fractionalized NFTs or companies or businesses offering fractionalized crypto options. So that could be something that they're treading lightly on, and they're slowly bringing that to market before they bring their website fully functional. But there's 2 more websites I wanted to mention. One of those is Propy.com. Propy.com is there to work with real estate agents. They have an offer management system, and they also have a transaction platform that you can use to keep everything together and keep things streamlined and simple. And they also, on their homepage, have something pretty neat. And that is a link that says, I want to NFT my home. And they offer you a little form to fill out where you answer some questions, and then I'm sure you end up getting a phone call. I should go through the process and just see what happens if you get an email, a text, or an actual phone call. And I'm sure as long as you meet their criteria, they're going to be able to help you NFT your property, which could be pretty neat. And there's probably not many people up to this point that have done that. But there's 2 things that really stood out to me on Propy.com that I like. One, and I am going to sign up for it. I've made the decision that I'm going to do it. They offer a $497 crypto certified agent course, which I will end up giving some feedback and a review on after I go through this. But I thought it would be really neat to just be somebody in my market that's probably one of the first couple people to get this type of a certification. I can throw it on my real estate agent website. I can mention it to people that I'm talking with. I'm not going to say it's going to add more legitimacy because it's really just a title at the end of the day. But if people can go and see that a company like Propy.com, who I don't know if endorsed is the right word, but is supported by the MLS service, the multiple listing service that's out there. It will be nice if that's something I can throw into my email, signature, and other places, and just get that education that they're offering through that and just be a little bit more informed. Yes, I know, but I don't know everything. None of us do, and this is an ever evolving space right now where we know weeks feel like months and months feel like years in this space. So you need to stay up to date, and you always need to be aware of the most recent scams, the fraud, what's working, what's not working in this space, so that you can offer the best service to yourself and to your clients. So I mentioned 2 things that I like. One is that they offer this course that I don't see many other people offering right now, if any. And the other is that they're putting on webinars, and they are over 100 webinars at this point. I know on Wednesdays they host these at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern. But they have a really neat backlog of a lot of webinars where they talk about everything from the metaverse to the blockchain, and they tie it into real estate as well. I've only seen a couple, but I like what I see, and I'm going to continue to watch and join those. The next one, shelterzoom.com. So ShelterZoom, I liked what I saw there because it looks like they want to be leaders in storage of your real estate transaction documentation. So they offer a document management platform. They have something called DocuWalk that they call, and some of the features of DocuWalk, and one of their, I don't know if it's their slogan or what, but I read this on their site and I love it. I love the wordage. A safe digital home where you can manage the entire process of a transaction from start to finish. Some of the features is they offer a virtual negotiation room for you to go back and forth with the person you're transacting with. They offer this document token, which has a trademark name to it, where each document or contract gets its own unique ID. They offer the ability to save templates for often used documents such as addendums and also your contracts, which will help you manage those easier. They have the blockchain security backing this. And then they also have the ability to let you, as long as you're signed up and a member with this, you could have your clients or the seller or the buyer, whoever it is you're interacting with, as long as you have the account and you're looking to get their signature, they don't have to be subscribers or members of ShelterZoom. They can sign all your stuff for free. So I want to wrap up talking about these resources by mentioning that I'm not offering financial advice, nor am I currently a user of any of these. I do not use any of these websites at this moment. I did tell you I've watched some webinars on Proppy. I am gonna sign up for that course, but I'm not being paid by any of these companies. I'm just mentioning some resources that hopefully you might find some value in, or be able to at least gain a little bit more education and see what's out there. At the end of the day, I want to be able to use our Amenity channel for real estate for us to all talk about new ideas, things that are working for us, new things we're hearing about, and spread and share the knowledge, because we are so far away from real estate being completely converted over to the blockchain. I think we have at minimum 10 years before we start to see even a big percentage of real estate shift over to that. But it's going to take leaders like ourselves that understand this space, can clearly explain it to our friends, family, coworkers, clients, and it's going to take us working together to understand that and help push the benefits of the blockchain out there to the world. But whether you're active or not in real estate, you're interested in getting involved in real estate, or you just want to come check out what Ethereum Towers is all about, hit us up. You can find us on Twitter, come over to the Discord page, come into my Amenity channel, the IRL Real Estate, say hi to Great Dane, and I'll make sure I give another shout out to Pili, who has joined me on my last 2 live videos, and unfortunately we did not get it recorded once again, but hopefully this recap was a little bit of something to help you guys out until we get to our video number 3. But I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Check out my channel. I got a lot of different things on this channel. Real estate, vlogs, we got cryptocurrency where we talk about some of the metaverses, mountain biking, whatever it is, I got it on this channel. But hit that like button, hit the subscribe button so you guys can get alerted for the next video. And again, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this.